Hey everyone. Yeah, I just got off work about an hour and 14 minutes ago. About 74 minutes ago. I got home actually uh, a little afterwards, about 1:30 or something like that. But I thought I'd kind of give you a bit of a surprise announcement. Well, it's not an announcement, but kind of a. I kind of want to introduce you to possibly my newest collection venture, if you will. Now, first of all, let me say this. Just because we may not watch something all the time like some people do, doesn't mean we won't collect. I'm a Transformers fan through and through, but I have never seen, except for the finale, I've never seen anything remotely close with Transformers Prime. I've seen some here and there, but not remotely close. I've seen a little bit of G.I. Joe Renegades, but not much. Heck, I haven't even seen Age of Extinction yet for Transformers. But yet, I still collect them. I haven't watched that much Yu-Gi-Oh! In the past year or so, but I still collect the cards. So basically what I'm saying is just because you don't watch something all the time doesn't mean you should collect. Now, I talked about something in my channel update. And in my channel update, I talked about the fact that when I used to live in Kansas, I collected not only Transformers and Turtles and whatnot, um, and had them on my dresser drawer. I mean, on the top of my dresser, I should say, in my room. But I also collected something else. Now, this other thing I collected was a part of uh, my childhood. I grew up on it. Grew up on it. I did watch it. As a matter of fact, when I lived in Kansas, I ended up buying the complete first season of the series. And then recently, this past year, last year actually, I ended up buying the complete series, in which the complete series, as well as a spin-off DVD that had sort of a best of scenario to kind of give you a taste of what you were going to get in the complete series. And only recently, in the past few months, especially with October and through December, was I able to record not one but two. Well, not actually. Well, actually, one I recorded. The other I had downloaded and through Windows DVD Maker had added to a DVD. And those are the episodes known as Nightmare Night, I believe. This show's version of this show's version answer to the Halloween special. Or basically, this show's Halloween special, as well as uh, Hearth Wreath Hearth Wreath Hearth Warming Day, basically their equivalent of the Christmas special. You probably know what I'm talking about if you're a fan of the show. So, to show that I'm not ashamed of this, because even though I don't watch it at times, but I have seen some clips here and there, and there are some good things about it, some good elements that I do get a kick out of. I do like, some elements, even though I don't watch it all the time. But it doesn't mean I'm not a fan. It doesn't mean I can't be sort of a fan. I'm not. I'll say this: I'm not that major league fan that is just crazy about the show. But it does intrigue me enough to. It does intrigue me enough with its characters, sometimes its story elements, that I'm willing to, as a collector, as someone that collects things, I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm willing to give it a chance in that department. Like I said, there are some elements with the characters and some scenarios and stuff like that I like. So, what am I talking about? Well, again, I'm pretty sure the title of the video kind of gave you a clue. I'm here to kind of let you guys know that my newest collection venture, after basically 7 years or 6, 7.5, 8 years after doing it originally in Kansas, I'm here to announce that my newest collection venture is this. That's right. Even though I don't watch the show that much, like I said, but I have heard some good things about it. In fact, I remember when the show first came out, my second youngest nephew, who is going to be, oh Lord Almighty, he's going to be 8 this year. 4 years ago, he was 4 years old when this came out, and he liked it. He did. My sister actually liked it a little bit because she thought it was funny. But again, this is just something that, like I said, I've kind of gained a vestige, vestive. I'm sorry, I worked today. I got a lot on my mind. Hold on. This is something that I've gained a vested interest in. Again, it's not to, say, I'm going to watch it all the time because, like I said, I still kind of believe that the original intention for the show was to target young girls and young girls, little girls, young girls, pre-adolescent girls, and all that. That's what my original assumption of it was until this huge phenomenon just grew. And like I said, it's also something that, from a nostalgic standpoint, kind of goes back to my childhood because I used to watch the show every now and then. Being a boy, I really wouldn't watch it that much, but if there was nothing else on or if it was raining outside, I would watch it. And sometimes I would watch it with my sisters, and it was all right. So again, it's basically more of a nostalgic thing. And again, I'm going to try to give it a bit of a chance. I mean, especially with some of the elements, like I said, that are being thrown in there and nods to the past and all that as well. I mean, I read about the finale for season 4, and I'm like, holy moly. I read the spoilers, the synopsis, if you will, and I'm like, holy moly, this is that's sort of dark, that's sort of serious. So, to me, I just looked at that and I was like, whoa, this is kind of dark, kind of intense. But again, like I said, there were certain elements about it that I like. I mean, I like Spike, the whole sparity, as some fans would call it, the whole Spike rarity deal. Because I always look at that and I'm thinking, here's Spike. Here's a character that people would say is kind of like the Shaggy of MLP. And here's Rarity, who's like the Daphne of MLP. And you always want to see them together. You love the interaction. So, to me, like anybody, even though I don't watch the show, I do kind of want to see them. I do want to see Hasbro officially make these two an item. As crazy as that sounds, I would like to see it because at least it shows that you're using. It shows that basically it shows that this is a show that you're willing to build character arcs on, and go with that. And hold on for a sec. Just checking something there. Uh, but like I said, it would prove that this is a show you want to continue building character arcs on, personal character story arcs on. And this right here is a story arc in a sense to where you want to see it happen officially. You want to see it happen officially. It's kind of like, again, another comparison, as crazy as it sounds, Spike is like the Ron Stoppable of the show, and Rarity is like Kim. And for years, everybody wanted to see Ron and Kim get together. And all of a sudden, here's So the Drama. Boom! It officially happens towards the end of So the Drama. It finally happens. I mean, you kind of got a hint of it with The Motion Sickness. You kind of got hints here and there, but you never saw anything official until So the Drama. And then they used the entire 4th season to sometimes focus on it. And then you ended the entire series with them taking a page out of Grease. There you go. So to me, that's one thing that I find a little appealing and a little intriguing about the show because it's something that you want to see happen, even if you don't watch the show on a daily basis or a constant basis, or if you're not that much of a fan. Now, from a collector's standpoint, I don't mind collecting because I know if I do give the show a chance down the line, and there's probably going to be a time I do, I might get a kick out of it. There are funny parts about it. I mean, I like in Nightmare Night where you have Twilight basically go to Fluttershy to help Fluttershy help Princess Luna kind of tone down the royal voicing and all that, kind of be more of a normal voice. And you get some funny elements there. You get Fluttershy shouting, "Hey, there's no candy here on Nightmare Night," and you have Twilight going in there to bring her out to help with Princess Luna, and you, it's really funny. So it is kind of cool. It is kind of funny, and so and like I said, these are the kind of elements and stuff that you would like. But like I said, because I grew up, here's the thing, because I grew up mostly being a fan of Transformers and G.I. Joe and GoBots and Silverhawks and Thundercats, and He-Man, I really didn't watch that many girl shows. I mean, when I did, yeah, I found them interesting, but not really that much. I mean, I will admit, when I lived in Kansas, Disney Channel had a deal with Hasbro, and they did My Little Ponytails, and I found that intriguing for some odd reason. I found that to be good because of the fact that you could sort of relate to it, because here's some characters they were treating like teenagers going to school and learning lessons. It was weird, and that's why it was kind of weird and almost symbolic, but that's why I liked it. Go figure. But like I said, overall, I'm not the kind of fan that does constantly watch it every day. I'm not the kind of fan that, dedicates his life to getting everything MLP. I'm not the kind of fan that goes out and wears MLP gear. I'm not the kind of fan that will cosplay as an MLP character. I'm not that kind of a fan. I'm just someone that is starting to kind of like it a little bit from the outside. I'm kind of like an outsider looking in, and it's kind of at times starting to intrigue me of how massive this portion of My Little Pony, this version, this generation of MLP has become. I mean, this, along with this generation's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, is surprising to have how big the phenomenons have become. And that's what intrigues me. I mean, heck, I collect Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures of this generation's show on Nickelodeon, yet I don't watch the show. What does that tell you? It tells you I collect them. It tells you I collect them because of nostalgia. And I like the fact that the show is trying to pay reference and homage to the original show I grew up on. So I do like that, and that's why I still collect. I mean, you don't have to watch it all the time. I mean, take a look at these people at what is it? The Big Ben's Toy, I'm trying to think of the name, Big Toy Ben on YouTube. They always do videos where they do package openings or open up things like My Little Pony, like Monster High, like maybe Transformers or Looney Tunes or whatever. But does it mean they're a fan? Maybe in a sense they are, but it doesn't mean they constantly watch the show all the time. They just keep up with it in certain ways. So that's kind of like with me. I don't watch the shows of Ninja Turtles, Nickelodeon's version, or The Friendship is Magic full time because, it's not something I want to sit down and watch every day. It's because it just isn't. It doesn't have that feel, that special feel, that something that I grew up on back of the other versions that I grew up on back in the past. But it doesn't mean I don't collect out of nostalgic reasons. Sort of like with Transformers. I still collect Transformers, even though sometimes some of the shows they come up with are not some of the best shows. So, basically that's why I collect them. That's why I do it. And I'll be back.